Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. Discover what the GH spoilers for November 27, December 1, 2023 have in store for your favorite Port Charles characters. These General Hospital spoilers hint at Thanksgiving Day problems, a strained friendship, and much more. This is a week he will not want to miss. Tracy, an errant canine, or an irritated cook are generally the ones that ruin the Quartermain family's Thanksgiving Day, forcing the group to resort on an old standby, pizza. This year is comparable but distinct. Instead of more of the same, Lois's mother, Gloria, is the one who calls a halt to the festivities by informing them that she is in hot water and that only the intervention of her loved ones can save the day. But what has Mother Cirillo gotten herself into? In other GH news, Marshall is concerned about Curtis, Drew causes Sam stress, and Martin assists Finn with his legal difficulties. Maxie opens up to Felicia, Sonny makes Christmas Eve preparations, and Dante receives some troubling news. Meanwhile, the loss of their unborn child appears to be tearing TJ and Molly apart rather than bringing them closer together. Portia will do everything she can to provide the bereaved TJ sound guidance on how to proceed with his domestic partner. Finally, Eva confides in Nina and makes an unexpected confession. But to what exactly does she confess? She believed she had murdered Nicholas. Or is it possible that she is the assassin that killed Austin Roger Howarth? He wouldn't be her first, and he's unlikely to be her last. Mornings on Soap Hub offer discussion or wild speculation about General Hospital's current stories, where they're heading, how they're doing, and sometimes just what we're expecting to see in Port Charles in the near future. We especially like this one, so please click here to read it. General Hospital airs on ABC during the week. For airtimes, check your local listings. Check out all the newest GA spoilers for more on what's coming up in Port Charles, and for an in-depth look at the show's history. With GH preempted this Friday, here's a look back at a classic episode from yesteryear. In this retro General Hospital recap, it's Wednesday, November 24, 2021, and Dante Falconeri and Sam McCall's first Thanksgiving together is brought to a screeching halt. Dante and Sam have got this whole blended family thing on lock. They've got his mother's seal of approval that children like each other, and they got through their first major holiday without a single hiccup. Well, there was that whole argument over what movie to wind down to. Oh, and the return from the dead of one of Sam's many husbands. Ladies and gentlemen, due to Brooke Lynn's inability to keep a secret properly, the role of Bailey Louise Quartermain's father will now be played by Harrison Chase. Yes, we understand your disappointment. We too hoped that Gladys Corbin finding out half the truth would lead to the whole shebang being revealed, but that was not the case. Instead, Brooke Lynn and Chase decided to go around letting everyone know that the former is a lying liar who lies, and that the latter is a sap who had no idea there was a baby on board until it was far too late. Hamilton Finn, Michael Easton, was quite understanding of the whole thing for obvious reasons. Hello, Violet. But Ned Quartermain was all, "Grr, I blame Chase for everything. My baby girl should never have to take responsibility for anything that she does." And speaking of fathers and them complicating their children's lives, Marshall was back on the scene and trying to make inroads with TJ Ashford, though the young man wasn't having it. Ditto Curtis, who made it clear to Portia that he will never forgive his absentee pops. Olivia Falconeri Quartermain's apology to Dr. Austin Gatton Holt was a long time coming, and also far too little, far too late. The invitation to join the Qs for the holidays was only an insult to injury, and Austin let her know as much. Drew Kane and Ned's feud is reaching a boiling point. Drew Kane from General Hospital has been released from prison after spending time for insider trading. He's reconnected with friends, family, and Carly since his early release. He's also supposedly not holding back when it comes to Aurora and ELQ. He and Michael intend to seize the family firm by taking it from Ned's skillful hands. What? Where did this Mr. Corporate Raider persona come from? And why is this happening now? First and foremost, we understand why Drew feels resentful of Ned. He has valid arguments, in his opinion. Ned sided with Valentine in the Great Quartermain ELQ fight of 2022. Ned had his back to the wall because he thought Drew and Michael were icing him out at ELQ. Furthermore, he believes Ned turned him and Carly over to the SEC, which is how he wound up in jail. Now keep in mind that Ned is not the whistleblower. He repeated telling Drew and Michael that before Eddie Main, also Wally Kurth, but they didn't trust him. Then there were the several months of Ned-less existence when Ned became Eddie after running across the Metro Court pool area to prove his innocence to everyone. Instead, he slipped, fell, and struck his head on the pool's side. As a result, Eddie Main made his triumphant return to rock and roll. But now Michael and Drew are aware that Ned has returned. The Aurora Chiefs plan to take advantage of Ned's memory troubles and take over ELQ in his absence just before the news broke. And it appears that they don't care that his memories have returned. They're merely changing their approach for getting the corporation out from under Ned's leadership. To balance things out, Ned's clause came out when he discovered Michael had signed a deal with some company. Why wouldn't Michael take over as CEO of ELQ? Valentine's drama with his father and subsequently with his daughter rendered him insignificant, as did Ned's amnesia and Drew's prison sentence. But now that Ned has returned, Michael can focus on Aurora's business. Period. The thing we're wondering is, while we understand Drew resents Ned and will always be Team Michael, why does he think Ned is so incompetent? He honestly told Ned that he could never make Michael's deal. He feeds off everyone's care and concern about his time in prison, but he can't manage even a smidgen of sensitivity and concern for what Ned has just gone through. Before he got into it with Michael and Drew, Ned was kind enough to acknowledge Drew's ordeal. Drew's insensitivity stems from where? Is this an emotional reaction to being locked up for months? Is that how his trauma manifests itself? Teasers suggested that his stint in prison will leave him with emotional scars that will affect his outlook on life from now on. But this sudden callousness is strange and startling. Ned isn't a big Drew fan, but he can sympathize with him. Why couldn't Drew follow suit? The powers that be aren't exactly helping us accept Cameron Matheson as Drew Kane right now. It appears like they are unaware of who Drew is, which is prompting many admirers to be unaware as well. Let's hope they sort it out as quickly as possible. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.